Triple H scared to push Karrion Kross. John Cena can't punch anymore. Bayley teases big WWE return. John Cena's promo secret exposed. Becky Lynch going full maniac. Triple H calls up Jordynne Grace, Fatu, getting Hall of Fame talk. Could Liv Morgan steal Money in the Bank spot? WrestleBuzz is back with another wrestling news video. Today we have a lot to talk about, but before that, make sure to subscribe to WrestleBuzz for more wrestling news video. Let's get back to the news. Triple H, scared to push Karrion Kross, hasn't exactly had the WWE run fans expected, and now a bold claim has come forward that Triple H might actually be afraid to push him. Despite being a two-time NXT champion and having a menacing look, solid mic work, and a unique presence, Kross just hasn't broken through on the main roster. He's been floating in the background for a while now, and fans are starting to wonder what's really going on. Vince Russo, a former WWE writer and someone who's never afraid to stir the pot, gave his take on Sportskeeda's writing with Russo. He believes Triple H might be holding back not because he doubts Kross, but because he might be unsure how to write a compelling long-term story for him. Russo said, "Obviously, Triple H saw what Karrion Kross said. It wasn't missed. I really wonder, bro, if it is the fear of, how do we do this? I am not a writer. I don't know how to write this week after week after week. I just really wonder if that's what it really comes down to, because you can't miss stuff that's right in front of your face." If that's true, it raises a big question about WWE's creative direction. Kross has all the tools, but maybe it's not about him. Maybe it's about who's behind the curtain. John Cena can't punch anymore. At Saturday night's main event in Tampa, Cena took on R-Truth in what was more of a grudge match than a title defense. The undisputed WWE Championship wasn't on the line. This was personal. Truth had taken issue with Cena's post-show antics at Backlash, where Cena hit him with an attitude adjustment at the press conference. But while Cena picked up the win, one veteran voice wasn't impressed at all. On Jim Cornette's drive-through, the outspoken former WWE manager tore into the match and didn't hold back when it came to Cena's performance in the ring. Cornette said the match underperformed the in-ring expectations because Cena can't throw a punch anymore. The slow, deliberate heat was both slow and deliberate. And then when R-Truth would foil an attitude adjustment and give him the shoulder tackles like Cena does and the spinning suplex, R-Truth picked him up and spun him around and was holding him almost till he was about 2 feet off the mat, and John still had his arm down like, block this giant fall. John Cena has always been more of a character than a technical wrestler, but now even that character seems to be catching heat for the way he works. Some say it's lazy, others say it's intentional. Bayley teases big WWE return. The role model hasn't been seen on WWE TV since April 2025, leaving fans with more questions than answers. Her last major appearance was tied to WrestleMania 41, where she was originally scheduled to team up with Lyra Valkyria against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag team titles. But just before the big night, Bayley was mysteriously attacked backstage, and later, it was revealed that Becky Lynch was behind it. That shocking betrayal by Lynch pulled Bayley out of the spotlight, and she hasn't appeared on any WWE programming since. But now she sent a message without saying a single word. Bayley recently posted on Instagram, and the photo spoke volumes. It showed her wrestling boots placed right in the middle of the ring at Dustin Rhodes Wrestling Academy. For anyone familiar with the sport, that's not just a random shot. It's a clear sign she's getting ready. The former women's champion didn't add a caption, but honestly, she didn't need to. The image alone told fans everything they wanted to hear. Bayley is back in training, and her return to WWE TV could be coming soon. John Cena's promo secret exposed. Whether it's roasting an opponent or winning over a crowd, Cena has consistently been one of the best on the mic. But while his delivery seems effortless, there's actually a method behind it, and it's not what most people expect. On the Energist podcast, Shelton Benjamin opened up about something Cena once told him, a personal secret that helped shape his legendary promo skills. Benjamin said, "John Cena, to me, is the best promo in wrestling. I use Cena because he's still one of the faces of pro wrestling, but he's also from my class. He's always been a guy. When he talks, he can win over anybody. You put him in any situation, I don't care what it is, it can be as ridiculous or as serious as you want, and he makes it work." I remember sitting back and watching him and going, how does he do that? The one time I spoke and asked him about it, he was like, "I'm a nerd. I just sit at home and talk to myself in the mirror." It's a simple trick, but that daily practice in front of the mirror helped Cena become one of the sharpest talkers in wrestling history. Becky Lynch going full maniac. This heated rivalry on Raw didn't start the way most feuds do. In fact, at WrestleMania, Becky made a surprise return to team with Lyra, and the two even walked out with the women's tag team titles. But the celebration didn't last. The very next night on Raw, after losing the belts, Becky turned on her partner, and from there, things went downhill fast. At Backlash, Lyra successfully defended the Women's Intercontinental Championship against Becky. But according to veteran journalist Bill Apter, this feud is doing a lot more than just filling time on Raw. It's transforming both women. On the Wrestling Time Machine, Apter said, "Well, this feud has matured Lyra Valkyria. She seems to be more mature in the ring, both physically and mentally. You can tell she's feeling a lot more assured than she used to be. She's coming across as very confident now, and she's helping turn Becky into more of a maniacal character than Becky has been. So I think it's good." The story isn't over yet. On Raw, Becky cut a promo full of intensity, saying she's not just aiming for Lyra, she's aiming to run the entire women's division. And with a rematch likely at Money in the Bank, this feud might only get more personal. Triple H calls up Jordynne Grace. According to Corey Hayes of Body Slam, WWE is preparing to bring Jordynne Grace straight to the blue brand, skipping over any long NXT run. And if that happens, it could instantly make the SmackDown women's division the most loaded roster in all of wrestling. This move follows the surprise arrival of Julia, who also spent minimal time in NXT before landing on the main roster. It looks like Triple H is serious about stacking SmackDown with top-tier names, and Jordynne Grace is no small pickup. At 29, Grace is already a powerhouse. She just came off a high-profile loss in an NXT women's title match against Stephanie Baker. That loss didn't slow her momentum, though. If anything, it cleared the path for her to head straight to Friday nights. Stephanie Baker, on the other hand, is rumored to be Raw-bound after dropping the NXT title to Jacy Jayne in a shock result just days later. That leaves Grace wide open for a fresh start, and SmackDown might be exactly where she unleashes it. If this goes through, Jordynne Grace won't just be another name. She's going to change the game. Jacob Fatu getting Hall of Fame talk. The Samoan werewolf has made a massive impact since debuting last year, and he hasn't looked back. From his jaw-dropping agility to his raw power, Fatu's been steamrolling through competition, and it all peaked when he captured the United States Championship at WrestleMania 41. But now, one legendary bloodline figure is making a bold prediction. On his Rikishi Fatu Off the Top podcast, the WWE Hall of Famer didn't hold back when talking about Jacob's future. Not only did he call him a future Hall of Famer, but he also named 2 current WWE stars that he believes Jacob needs to face. Rikishi said, "He can have a good match with Penta. He can have a good match with Rey Fenix. I think that can be a good high-flying psychology match. You got the Beast versus the High Flyer, but the Beast is a good high flyer too. He can do it all, right? My point is, you stick Jacob with the right guys, the right names, and the right angle, and you're looking at a future Hall of Famer. That's high praise. But knowing how fast Fatu is rising, it might not be far off. Now it's just a matter of who WWE puts in his path next. Could Liv Morgan steal Money in the Bank spot? Liv Morgan's unexpected return on Raw this week shocked everyone, especially inside the Judgment Day's clubhouse. She popped up just as Roxanne Perez was massaging Dominic Mysterio's shoulder and asked, "Daddy Dom, what's going on?" She revealed Raquel Rodriguez had kept her in the loop while she was away. But the biggest reveal? Liv told everyone she planned to visit Raw GM Adam Pearce's office to get herself a qualifier spot for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. That's a big move, especially considering what's happening on SmackDown tonight. Jade Cargill is set to face Nia Jax and Naomi in a triple threat match for a Money in the Bank spot. But here's where it gets interesting. Liv and Raquel Rodriguez had a feud last November with Jade and Bianca Belair when they held the women's tag team titles. Jade was mysteriously attacked later that month, and for a while, Liv was a prime suspect, but it turned out to be Naomi. When Jade returned in March, she and Liv had a heated verbal exchange leading to a singles match, which Liv won thanks to interference from the Glow. Since Liv is one half of the women's tag champs, she can appear on all brands, so there's a real chance she could attack Jade backstage tonight and take her spot in that triple threat. It's just speculation for now, but SmackDown could get wild. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and share the video and drop your thoughts and subscribe for more wrestling news, and WrestleBuzz will be back soon.